Hello, folks. It's the beginning of another week, and it was a good start to the week and a good weekend, but things are going to go downhill from here. So, rain will win this forecast I'm about to give, and there's a combination event, as I call it, severe weather and heavy rainfall event coming up. We'll talk about when it happens and what's going to happen in detail there. We already see the beginnings of it in Texas. This is kind of a breakaway piece of energy from a system off to the west. It's heading this way, and it could actually bring some folks some rain tonight. Nothing heavy or severe or anything like that. It's just kind of priming the pump, if you will. So we're looking at these features across the area. You see a twist here, and you see that lead piece of energy working away from that main feature out across Arizona right there. You saw that twist, and that is coming this way. So again, that happens commonly. Second feature here, and then in between is a omega ridge squeezed in between those two features. You probably heard that term in the news. All right, so looking at your storm potential for your Tuesday, it looks like we will see upper level winds ahead of the main piece of energy over increasing Gulf moisture instability. There'll be a surface warm front in the mix, and that's not a pleasant pattern usually here weather-wise. So that's your severe setup. Now, as far as the severe outlook, this is from the Storm Prediction Center indicating that there may be a higher risk of severe weather off across our western parishes as opposed to the eastern parishes. But so far, that's only a category 2 out of 5. All right, we call that slight. This is the marginal 1 out of 5 here across the other part of CenLA. So some more details. Your bar graph, overall, you see that it remains in the limited category with wind and hail about the same. Tornado risk is less. And those are lower, but in between, I've got the flood risk going into the significant category, which is a separate topic that I'll cover in just a minute. So let's get a little more information on this severe weather thing. For CenLA, we've got Tuesday night, the main window for severe weather. The pattern is that feature aloft and a surface warm front. Again, surface warm fronts usually produce some type of inclement weather, and this one will probably be no different. So the threat level, marginal and slight, 1 and 2 out of 5. We demarked that earlier, higher risk across western Louisiana. Now the risk levels for wind and hail, about 5 to 15%. For tornadoes, 2 to 5%. Remember, that's the old within 25 miles of a radius or a point here across the area. Now the flood potential, let's move into that. Most of Louisiana right smack dab in the bullseye of a moderate flood event expected here, or moderate potential, as likewise kind of the same dynamic that produces the severe weather also produces the heavy rainfall. With the heavy rainfall, we have the efficiency of the convection and that type of things that become important. So in these combination situations like I talk about, you have both. Okay, so flash flood risk across almost all of Louisiana there in what's called the moderate category from the Weather Prediction Center there. That would be the second highest category of all. And again, that would be Tuesday night, and into very early Wednesday morning. So let's see how this is going to step through over the coming days. For your Tuesday through 7 o'clock, I don't think we see much potential for rainfall, just maybe a little bit overnight. Your morning commute looks good compared to the evening commute. As here, it looks like a busy radar coming in there for your evening commute back home from work and school. So be careful because some roads could be bad if we get that heavy rainfall. Likewise, if you got some plans for some errands or something like that for Tuesday evening, it's going to still be tough to get out there. Now you can in some places, but for the most part, might be best just to plan to stay at home. Back to Wednesday, 7 o'clock in the morning, looks like a pretty good chance of rain. Rain likely at that particular time, and then throughout the day off and on Wednesday, and then going into your Wednesday evening, still a chance of rain for your PM commute. So your rainfall pattern Saturday through, that should be Wednesday through Tuesday through Wednesday. Okay, so 100% chance of rain. Common amounts about 1 to 3 inches. Peak amounts is about 4 to 6. That's what I'm confident in saying. And I say that because some guidance is saying 6+ inches of rain could fall only during that Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. And remember, there's more rain in the forecast afterwards. So the Tuesday, Wednesday thing, if we get that kind of rain, small, medium river systems will be most affected by that type of rain. And some of those will go into flood. For example, the Calcasieu River is certainly expected to go into flood. And some others may as well, depending on when, where, and how much rain we get. High rainfall rates will promote flash flooding. We could see 1 to 3 inches of rain in an hour or less in some of these storm cells. So the storm pattern looks like storm clusters made with some embedded supercells. So that's the structures that we're seeing here. So the risk of flash flooding, 40 to 69%. So it's likely across most of the area within 25 miles of a point. So that's that same 25 miles of a point, and that is verified by research, what we call verification research. So heavy / excessive rain possible Tuesday and Wednesday. And I use that term, here's the way I use it. For heavy rain, I refer to anything 2 inches or higher. For excessive rainfall, 5+ inches of rain. Okay, so we could have both here across Cenla those 2 days. Severe potential I just outlined as well. A 70% chance of rain and thunderstorms continues into Thursday, going to about 60 on Friday. A little front coming in as the upper level system finally pushes off to the east and southeast of us and kind of opens the door to a little bit cooler airs. Across there you see a mild temperature drop there heading into the weekend. But I still retain rain chances for the weekend into Saturday and Sunday, 40 and 30% respectively. And finally, maybe on Monday, we can get rid of the rain. We'll need to dry out by then, folks. All right. Well, thanks for being with me. Nick and I will be on duty tomorrow, keeping you informed of any warnings and things you need to know about there for the weather situation. Take care. Thanks for your support for Cenla Weather, and we'll be with you tomorrow.